Coming up in tonight's bulletin, Solomon Water Board reports Rainwater Tech fully met the Congulai water treatment plant project bidding requirements and processes. The second Pacific Disaster Risk Management Ministers meeting concluded in Palau. And the National Disaster Management Office, along with its partners, remain committed to ensuring tsunami warnings reach rural communities across the country. Hello, you're watching SIBC's TV News Bulletin. I'm Sharon Nanau. Rain's Water Tech contract termination over the multi-million-dollar Congulai water treatment plant project has resurfaced in controversy, with Solomon Water clarifying that the company met all bidding requirements despite an ongoing court case over alleged non-performance. Andrea Mahanua reports.
Rainwater Tech, the company that won the contract for the construction of the Congulai water treatment plant project, fully met the project's bidding requirements and processes. Solomon Water Board Chairman Dr. Kalwik Togamana made the clarification during a media conference earlier this week, following reports questioning the awarding of the million-dollar project to Rainwater Tech, despite claims it did not meet bidding requirements. The resignation of Solomon Water's CEO and one of its board members has further fueled scrutiny over the Congulai water treatment plant project, as issues between Rainwater Tech and Solomon Water are now before the courts.
Bids Evaluation Committee carry out a very exhaustive due process, considering all these factors that I mentioned, to be able to select the best company. So all due process have been taken. Whether this contractor also have experience, whether they have work in this area. Those were featured in the bids evaluation committee. They have done that, and in that process, they also carry out whether these companies are eligible, in the sense that they do not have any blacklist in carrying out programs with ADB or even World Bank. That has been verified in this process, and there is no any what they call that they have issue with carrying out projects with ADB or World Bank for rain. No, but one of the bidders, which I will not mention, was caught in that, and so it was eliminated. So I'd like to clarify to the media that Rain as a company has met the criteria which the bids evaluation committee have looked into, and it was selected.
Rainwater Tech in 2023 took Solomon Water to court following the termination of their contract in December 2023. The court case is set to be heard in the first quarter of next year. Responding to questions on whether the government would be liable to pay compensation should it lose the case, Attorney General John Muria Jr. said the matter will be determined by the courts. He added that such settlements typically fall within the million-dollar bracket.
In this regard, whatever outcome the court, you cannot control it. So if government him lose or Siwa him lose, the next thing is you have to pay him damages under contract. Now, then the next step would be assessing that damage. Time you assessing damage, not by just looking what no veracity of claims, what na actual amount you put in them. But from now until that time we're trialing again, parties still sit down for negotiate. It does not stop parties from negotiating a settlement. We do so some first we need what na contract amount. What if the contract is, let's say, 10 million, then damages, the different heads of damages time you apply law court. You can go for punitive damages, you can go for exemplary damages, so just general damages. So what I got my own assessment block too, yeah. So if it's 10 million, for example, time you go for punitive damages, that damage is meant to punish someone. So you could be looking at maybe 30% of that original claim added on to it. and then you have interest on top of that from the time it is. So it could be more, it could come up to 20, it could come up to 30, it's up to the courts. Courts na by salve. Or it could, courts might say, no, my damages me give him just 1% no more.
SIBC TV understands that Solomon Water terminated Reen Watertech's contract due to the company's failure to deliver on its project commitments. The project, originally scheduled for completion between April 2022 and June 2023, saw only 5% of groundwork completed. Following an inspection and review, the contract was terminated in December 2023 due to non-performance. Authorities have confirmed that no new work will proceed until the legal dispute is resolved. Andrea Mahanwa for SIBC TV.
Now, the second Pacific Disaster Risk Management Ministers meeting concluded in Palau this week, with Pacific ministers making further commitment toward strengthening disaster risk management. The endorsement of the Pacific Humanitarian Response Coordination Mechanism, PRESCOM, was a key highlight of the Koro Declaration. Elisa Kukutu reports.
With the conclusion of the second Pacific Disaster Risk Management Ministers meeting here in Koro, Palau this week, among the commitments made by ministers is the endorsement of the Pacific Humanitarian Response Coordination Mechanism, PRESCOM. The PRESCOM was designed to be used by National Disaster Management Offices, NDMOs, to communicate directly with regional and international partners to ensure a timely and effective response, enhancing delivery and action towards disaster risk preparedness. NDMO Director Jonathan Tafireki said this will enhance the country's response to disasters.
Actually, our one way we formalize him na NDMOs have a call within 1 hour for activate him na the mechanism. Current processes below you may have to go through the foreign affairs below you and other protocols in order for request him na or the external support, both regional and international support. But this one, once country facing many disasters, opportunity that NDMOs have immediately call on lo SPC under that mechanism for activating na this wala mechanism for initiative na coordination. This is very helpful because one of the challenges you may get during any disasters is coordinating na or the regional partners play me or international partners play me in terms of response for supporting countries. You might have time disasters and a lot of organizations, partners or development partners or that have come in very quickly. And at times, kakamrota might not be useful because situation needs blow him different. So, what the leaders play me with them, what the just managers, what the looking that there is a need for a mechanism lo regional level where him fully coordinate him na the response lo Pacific, so that him no have a response where sometimes him no meaningful. Sometimes him contribute to lo disaster waste lo country.
The PRESCOM was established by the Board Declaration Action Plan 2019, approved by Pacific Island Forum leaders after recognizing the need for an efficient response from partners during disasters. Director for Pacific Communities, Geoscience, Energy and Maritime Division, Rhonda Robinson said extensive consultation processes was conducted for this mechanism before its endorsement.
This has been off the back of a call from the leaders for our region to get organized around a regional mechanism that allows us to help each other and to allow others to come and help us from outside member countries, within the region and outside the region. There was work that we'd undertaken over the last several years between 2022 and now to bring this in front of the ministers this week. It included a fairly extensive consultation process, a validation process, a practical reality check-in for those who are on the front line at the national level, such as Director Women and others, to see whether this mechanism is fit for purpose and has responded to what they'd asked us to do. I think it's fair to say that this was well received by the leaders, by the ministers this week and the senior officials, and so it's come out as quite a strong recommendation.
For SIBC TV, I'm Eliza Kukutu reporting from Koro, Palau.
The National Disaster Management Office, along with its partners, remain committed to ensuring tsunami warnings reach rural communities across the country. Tsunami advisories are currently distributed on radio and online platforms using a color system to alert the public of the varying levels of tsunami risk. However, alerting communities following a local earthquake remains a significant challenge.
I think the most challenging tsunami web osem hemsawe really got a big impact le imina ota local ones here, those who happen in that area blame were limited time na imi garen for issue mota warnings here. That's a challenge hem lo there for official warnings for hem reaching na community blame in time. So with him that on him now why me fala always emphasize and bring awareness for people recognize him now what not a natural warning chance here when for mention him today three fala where you feel him that fala it quick and strong too much you move inland now you move to higher ground. And also if you look him see him low tide or him low tide go too much him mean that tsunami him come and then the other one is but you hear him not the noise sound so those are natural warning signs where him no come from a chief him based normal how people use him change blame me for recognize him that tsunami bam happen.
Meanwhile, NDMO Chief Operation Officer Jerry Hagaria noted that monitoring long-distance tsunamis also has its challenges.
There are others who have traveled from long distances. So the long distance tsunami, are able to make a help for monitoring and also give him out warnings to the public accordingly. But we also still have some challenges with that as well. In terms of monitoring and that kind of thing, we little bit got a challenge. But like colleague Alex mentioned, we will try our best to still work for improvement of the system and processes play me also.
Me fala continue for waka for improvement dissemination belum fala o se mi talemer now me fa introduce na this cell broadcast system me fal hope by him also closing to some fala gap lo how information him sa reach him the community play me quickly in time and close him now sem sa fala gap way me garemelo sad lo disseminating informations.
Now, Solomon Islands must consider its culture and Christian values when addressing issues relating to LGBTQIA+ people. That's according to Prime Minister Honorable Jeremiah Manele. His remarks follows an ABC report highlighting findings from a new study which claims Solomon Islands is failing to fully meet its human rights obligations for people with diverse sexual orientations and gender identities under both domestic and international law. The report comes as the country prepares for its Universal Periodic Review, or UPR, a process by the United Nations Human Rights Council to review the human rights record of all member states. Speaking at a press conference on Tuesday, Prime Minister Manele said the issue is important and touches on human rights, but must also be viewed through the lens of the nation's culture and Christian faith.
This is an important issue that, of course, as you said, borders on human rights, but one that we also need to consider within the context of our culture, but also our Christian faith. So these are considerations that we need to look at. Of course, human rights of individuals is important, but are not a rights that expressed. They're expressed within a context of any country. So we have to really look at these from different perspectives, including cultural sensitivities, the cultural context, but also the Christian faith in terms of values, moral principles that we would like our country to pursue. So these are considerations. Hopefully, they will. But that doesn't stop people from discussing those issues. But as a government, we would like to be given ample opportunity to consider this issue from different angles and perspectives, but noting our cultural and Christian perspective and values and principles.
Meanwhile, Attorney General John Murier Jr. said the country's constitution defines legal rights in relation to man and woman.
Constitution blame hem put fundamental rights inside there. Constitution blame put to him defining man and woman, union law man and woman, and so by him stay same until me changing. And then constitution blame him ranking laws too, legislation, common law, custom law. So custom law is recognized. So you put everything together, you should have your answer now.
Constructions of the new community hall at Novemberr in West Russell Islands, Central Island Province, is nearing completion. Jan Kaukui reports.
Construction of the new community hall at Novemberr in West Russell Islands, Central Islands Province, is nearing completion. The project is funded by the Member of Parliament for South Russell, Honourable Oliver Salopuka. During his recent visit to the site, Honourable Salopuka told the people of Novemberr that the hall was built following advice from his father, who had a strong ties with the community.
This hall, kami built from na plan beli fala, long custom. Na ilkim, holdingnya hem low, hem no tile because by custom dance inside. I mean very special hall, apart from other halls where Group Lomi, no official constituency, me fala constructing. Me happy that one me tell him the first day. No here have me accomplished. Me was one indigenous leader no here. Was me tell him last time. Time me taking power me stand on behalf of Ifala for look after everyone in Russell. This whole year I built man blow me strong long time that blow me tell me because that blow me him want to play Ifala. And tell him rang lagu that me must custom. I'm not hard blooming for look after everyone. You know, also man go to me no more me look after them, but me look after everyone, every people of Russell Islands. Me treating me followed by same responsibility as the chairman of the local House of Chiefs, Chairman of the Local Trust Board, and MP for South Russell.
Meanwhile, the project coordinator of the hall, Peter Nukuofa, told SIBC that once completed, the new community hall will provide a proper venue for hosting various community events and activities.
Well, I think me must tell them here. I think this was a new community hall project where Honourable Hemi put him up law for me follow here, for people blue me follow here, blue me ferro. But by me greatly assisting me follow too much, especially law programs where me follow have a whole here. Like before, me follow handicap too much law for having a good community hall. But with the setup of this one, or with the building now him finished, where Honourable Hemi fund him, me follow by benefit a lot for me follow everyone here, especially like before me follow no save got him a good community hall for me follow come him, but today me follow very fortunate. Me follow so thankful Honourable for every assistance who him give him effort blame time blow him for him me put him up erect him up this was a new community hall.
An official handover of the project will be made as soon as the project is completed. Jan Kaukui, SIBC TV.
And now the latest in sports with Crofton Utukana.
The Solomon Islands Football Federation SIF Beach Soccer Challenge is currently underway at the SIF Academy in East Honiara. Day 3 of the competition delivered entertaining results as teams edged closer to the final pool matches. In the latest results, Kosa beat White Kowara 5-2, Honiara Titans defeated Haura 8-4, Moi won against Capital Bullets 9-4, and Island Brothers beat Kupo Strength 7-3. Competition manager Ruben Oime said the main goal of the tournament is to scout new talent for the national beach soccer squad in preparation for next year's World Cup qualifiers.
Main objective for this sort of competition, last competition was beach soccer. At the same time, we will dream is for a challenge for selecting what new players for coming along. Current squad ability for train for next year World Cup qualifiers. So main reason behind for a challenge and for selecting new players coming out for a pool of group of currently this time.
Oimai added that many talented players have been identified throughout the competition.
Yeah, I think Triva team come from province, as misawe, Eastern Kings from Malaysia, East Korai, Island Brothers and White Kavara come from Western Province. We were looking this time, a little bit change, start boys will come, current talent for play beach soccer. I think the only thing is for Milan and rules for play beach soccer base. Anybody say play beach soccer, run with the ball, or team must carry rules, how you lift the ball, how you MOSM. Yeah, so as far as me looking, me say a little bit surprised as our talented players who come from province. Yeah, one or two from Western Province. Most of the players were out to play Island Brothers or to been come through lo system lo beach soccer, but me looking 2-3 new ones come in more. So very interesting and I think him good for looking about new talent also coming.
Meanwhile, the tournament will wrap up its final pool matches tomorrow before progressing to the quarterfinals on Monday next week. Crofton Utukana, SIBC TV.
And that's news. Follow us on sibconline.com.sb and our SIBC News Facebook page for more of our latest stories. Thanks for watching.